Oh yeah, I need to open devkami.com.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, everyone. We are live.
Yes,
Welcome to the
welcome, welcome.
137, not 1337
Not yet,
episode
Oh
at
of
god
least.
damn
DevKami.
it. Once we run for 10 years we can get 1337.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, there's an
What?
error.
What? It's not 137?
Oh no, it is, but I did not commit the code.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
Oh.
Say something. Well, I figure out how to fix this.
Well,
Okay.
you introduce yourself first.
Yeah.
Oh,
Say
my
your
name is
name.
Swimming.
And I am Tristan.
So, anything going on for like sort of event?
Nothing. I don't think there's actually anything going on aside from the regulars.
Yes. So we literally have nothing happening in Post as well.
I don't know. DevOps seems to be doing something.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the thing about holding at home, right? It just got us less active.
Hmm.
I don't know, but
Okay.
probably because the separation of the separation of home and workplace is
It's not happening
lines blurred.
this. Yeah, so the DevOps meetup is not even happening this week or next week. It's happening week after next, at June 29. So it's really like nothing is really happening that we are aware of things so far in advance at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People,
Okay,
are we
so-
looking for things to happen? I don't know.
I hope.
Are people looking for things to
actually,
happen?
I do hope for things to happen. So as it turns out, I can't commit the code.
It's fine. Let's just run through it this way. It's actually
Yeah.
pretty readable.
Yes. So as it turns out, my IX records of 1 terabyte traffic from Malaysia. So my IX is actually the Malaysia Internet Exchange. Every country that have internet ISPs and all that, we have an internet exchange. This is the way where you bring traffic in and out the country. So there's my IX for that, and they record 1 terabyte of internet use.
Terabit per
didn't
second,
like-
right? So that's
Yes,
1,000 gigabit per second, which is 1,000
Correct.
times 1,000 megabits.
But it's interesting because I expect this to be happened quite a few years ago, because Malaysia is a big media user.
I think people are streaming more.
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah, because this seems
Especially,
this is not about capacity. This is about how large the pipe is. So this is
Yeah.
like concurrent
How much-
use. It's instantaneous use, basically. It's not like
Correct.
summed up over the month. It's not bytes, but the how wide the pipe is. So which makes sense when you're saying streaming. People are streaming all at the same time. Then you need like a larger pipe to
Yep.
serve
And
them
also there are more
simultaneously.
contents and also things are moving to like previously social media are moving towards media as well, like
Correct.
like TikTok and stuff.
Then of course
Short
one of the
videos.
things that
And also
One of
more
the
streaming
thing that-
platform
correct.
supporting Malaysia and officially.
Oh, wrong tab. And also we do e-learning nowadays, and those things also
Yeah.
require resources on the internet, because my IX do not just track between outside Malaysia and all that, but they also track Malaysia and all that.
Yeah, it's
So,
the
yeah.
total amount of traffic.
Correct. So the next one is open new tab.
It's actually not a surprise because HashiCorp is one of the major user of Go.
Correct. So so as more infrastructure written in Go, then HashiCorp is one of the earlier one of the big one. As HashiCorp is one of the reason why Golang is thought to be an infrastructure language, because HashiCorp implement a lot of stuff in Golang. So yes, this will be interesting. But Vagrant is a bit. Vagrant is not hot nowadays.
I
used to
think
be
people are still using
continued.
it for development, to bootstrap development environment.
Yeah, that's why it exists, and this is pre-Docker days, so I think it's cool. So
Yeah.
yes,
It's for VM,
I-
for those.
the biggest issue that Vagrant is going to face is because they default to VirtualBox, and
yeah,
VirtualBox does not support the Apple Silicon line,
correct. And
so it's going
also,
to be a problem for them.
and in the long term, Vagrant VirtualBox seems to be a bit abandoned because they're there because
I think
okay.
because
So
Oracle
also
is there, lah.
Yeah,
yes,
it's still good
Vagrant
for
is
like
not.
it's still good
Uh-huh,
for like quick and dirty VM creation. You just want a VM and
correct,
that's it. But if you're doing
correct,
something like enterprise management, you want to remote control or something like that, VirtualBox is not as easy to use or as like full featured as what VMware would give you, for example. So it's
correct,
very different.
correct. So I'm looking forward to it. A lot of interesting thing. Maybe they're going to move away from VirtualBox as well because, as I said, VirtualBox is somewhat in a coma. So on life support, and it's only there because Oracle bought from Sun and Sun adopted and all that. It's
Yeah.
from
Then
Sun, it's from
they
Sun.
then they actually lock down on the distribution.
Correct. Because Oracle is not, well, they do not understand open source. Let me this way. Okay, this one is from me because this is actually from the National Security Agency, NSA, and it's actually a book that they use internally. They actually it's actually released because they're part of a government agency, so they managed to release it. So this is actually interesting because they show how they think of a problem, especially in cryptography. So one of the things they say is codebreaker must be given all the necessary data, include ciphertext, plaintext, and context. Then for puzzle, the plaintext is going to help the solver. Then you need all the context so that you know the code and all that. So they have then even though one thought that code breaking is brute force, as in you run your statistic and you replace. In the 1970s, a computer is still not that good yet, so you still doing things manually. Probably they don't do it nowadays, but they probably still do it until the 90s, probably. So yeah, and as it turns out, the team actually solved the Zodiac code and all that. They did try for it. And of course, the crypto structure is actually very interesting. Do you know what is a crypto structure sculpture?
No?
I have no idea.
So the Central Intelligence Agency actually had a sculpture in front of them. This one. This is actually a crypto. This is actually encrypted.
Oh,
But
I've
here's the
seen it.
interesting part.
I remember
Yes, it's very famous.
I remember there's only like one or two got solved before, right?
Yeah, the only part of it got solved before. And here's the interesting part: the artists that create this don't actually have background in cryptography. So yet it's only solved partially. So even the
This
CI people do not actually.
this looks like from a Dan Brown novel, like with
It's
like
inspired.
hidden stuff.
It's
It's
definitely
and
inspired.
this sculpture is actually located in the middle of CIA's office, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
that's why it will fit
So
well in a Dan Brown novel, like all of these
actually, it
messages.
I believe they do feature it a bit in one of the Dan Brown story about the NSA. I think.
Okay, so what is the
Yeah.
message? What was the message?
Let me get the first tree. Let me find the first tree. The solution one between subtle shading and absence of light ignorance of inclusion. It's so here's the cool thing. They use intentional misspelling to
Oh, there's four
confuse you.
passages. Only
Yeah,
three of them
correct.
were solved.
Correct.
And because why it's so hard is because he purposely put in, like the first one, he purposely put in a misspelling.
Correct.
Hmm.
So it's during the house that possible they use the earth and nuclear act together the So they have this, and the coordinate mentioned the plain text is interpreted like this. So you need. So yeah, I will share the link to Cryptos later. But the point is, this actually to solve a problem, you need context, you need all the data that you need, then you try to match it. So yes, it's actually pretty cool actually. But then it's just me. Shall I move on, or you want to go on?
Let's do it.
Let's move on. Okay, so the next one is actually Hey.
Hey,
It's actually an alternative to.
It's not a
AB.
Pixie song, right?
I hope not. It's originally called Boom. I have no idea why.
And Racco is
but-
actually a very good Go developer.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Now I know. So this will actually generate load for your HTTP server, so they can test your server actually, not really your application. But you can use it that way. You can actually use it that way. But the tool that we usually use to test is AB, to test how much the load your application can run.
There are a number of these apps. There's of course the original AB, then there's K6, which I think is in
Correct.
JavaScript. There's JMeter in
Yes.
Java. I'm looking at Siege right now. Siege is actually interesting.
There's WRK.
So,
I like
so
Locust.
I'm
There's
not
a
sure
lot-
why
there's a lot.
there's a lot of these things proliferating.
Originally JMeter exists because AB is a command line tool, and JMeter, when JMeter is written, not all devs are familiar with command line tools.
Yeah.
They're not able to install for the first place. That's
The-
why.
the
But
thing
JMeter
about-
is written in Java, so now you have
The
that.
thing about Go is that the source code itself, right, is library.
Yeah. Yes.
So we can, like, when Hey is published on GitHub, right, we can just use it as a library if you want to.
Correct. So, and also they can generate more load and all that. So yeah, we have a lot of those. Some with interface, some not. AB, and also we use things like, for example, if I use Locust, I can write some Python code to generate scenarios. which
And also
sometimes
especially
AB cannot
helpful
do.
when you need to log the responses as well for analysis.
Correct, precisely. So it's something AB cannot do, so but I do not know whether Hey can do that. So it is what it is. So the next one, also from me, is Slow News Day, so I'm going to share some. So this is actually Nimcast. This is alternative to Chromecast. So what these do is they actually you actually use this as an alternative to Chromecast but open source, and you put it through a Raspberry Pi and all that. So your service will just stream your stuff over, then your Linux computer running Nimcast server will actually just publish it on your screen. It's still alpha. I like this because, it's one of many. There's not many implementation for this kind of protocol. But airdrop there's more. But I just like to see an alternative that we can use everywhere. So yes, it's still very alpha. But
And
it's
well, I think you'll know when it's arrived, in a sense, if you see it on your TV, like
Correct.
supports Nimcast.
yeah. So unfortunately for now, we need a Raspberry Pi to run this.
I guess the problem there is you can't really like the DRM stuff. Like
Correct.
TV manufacturers won't allow it if it will ease if they cannot lock down and they cannot play protected streams, or like protected
Correct.
streams are basically unlocked. Like there's a lot of HDMI protection, or DLNA has like all of these protection, and like the digital transport streams have protection. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yes. So and the last one is, I want to buy this. I didn't buy it yet. So this is the Nintendo
released?
game. It's released. It's already released. Apple have made game out of it. So I like the idea. I wonder if you can hear sound. I doubt it.
Is this free? No, we don't hear
No.
sound. by the
No,
way.
it's $29. It's $30. You will count it.
Mm.
So it's a low-code game designer. But unfortunately, it also means that the node will get uncontrollable. Let me see if I can find one. YouTube. Da, da, da.
This is very much like the
Yep.
the old games you can get on the Apple II Commodore ones. I forgot what's the name.
Yes. Yes. So
Is it
but
Chips
I don't-
Challenge? I forgot.
So
Or arcade
what this
machine?
provide is a low-code environment. I do not know how many of those exist outside. I know it's not on Linux for a long time, or because for a long time you had to do it with BASIC, then people stopped doing it anymore. Then nowadays, even things like QA, what's the open source Godot engine? They provide you the capability, but you have to write code. You have to write some code.
Oh, talking
And
about game
accept-
engine, Unreal 5 is the alpha is really impressive.
Yes.
Mm.
So there's a lot of things happening nowadays. I'm trying to find something already.
Well, as hardware is getting, I guess, cheaper or more powerful, so relatively cheaper for the power that you're getting for your buying, right? I mean, the unit itself is still expensive, but for the power, relatively, it's cheaper. Then
Yeah.
it's good for all of these frameworks to also catch up and take advantage of all of that power.
Yes, but traditionally, as you can see here, this is actually a relatively simple game that we think of, but it does not really get out of hand. So this is actually a problem of this kind of tools, which is why modern game engine require you to write code instead. But what this also provide is tutorial and basic asset for you to get started to develop the game. So yeah,
Mm.
and as Tristan said, as machine is more capable, then more of this are available, but it's just that in the gaming environment, it used to be this thing exclusive. You charge by licensing the dev kit to developers.
Yeah,
which in
but because
turn-
we got Fortnite to sponsor
Mm.
Epic's work into the Unreal Engine.
Yes, correct. So nowadays, as a result, your game engine is free now, and as a result, even the game console want to take whatever that people make on the PC over, then they can't go to this model anymore. So yeah, I mean, it just the game engine world is really different now, right? It used to be things like Unreal Engine is very expensive, as in more than thousands.
Now it become more like pay later.
Correct.
When you earn enough, then pay
Mhm.
instead
Correct.
of upfront.
But then what you pay when you up to that level, you can also afford the support you need. So I think it's been up until the level. So game engine is really interesting. Game development is also very interesting. So yeah. So and that's all actually. That's all for Bus Corner. I need to figure out why it don't compile because I pushed the latest code over. So yes, it works locally. It works on the computer.
Let me take
Yeah.
a look
So
at.
what's the plan today?
Have you heard of because we were talking about crypto stuff, right? And it's like a nice puzzle. So I'm not sure if you've heard of Not Prawn. It's an interesting website from long ago. I
Let
put
me
it on
see.
the private chat.
I'm gonna share it.
Yeah. So
Have you played it, Chilong, before?
Not really.
It's actually very, very interesting. Right. It's something like Advent of Code, but not about code. It's about like not really hacking, but it gives the feeling of puzzle. It's a puzzle game online.
Yes. And unlike Zectronic games, it's not about coding.
Swimming, have you tried Not Prawn?
No, I
Okay,
did not.
so
I
I'll.
guess
Are you sharing your screen, Shilong, or do you want me to share my screen
No,
or
you're
something?
I'm gonna let you share it.
Okay, let me create a new window.
I actually struck when you mentioned crypto just now because
Mhm.
it's these days people associate with cryptocurrency.
yeah, no, I
Sorry.
associate it with
Yeah.
Ponzi
It
scheme.
is no. My issue with that is the energy consumption to come up with it.
Yeah, my thing is, how
It's not about
all the
like I
way is
don't
that
care about I don't care if it's Ponzi or whatever. It's just annoying that it like I cannot replace my hard drive, my
yes.
CPU just because of this.
Yeah,
Oh, it looks
the thing that
different than the one that you showed.
There's a lot more advertising now, I guess, but
Okay.
and lots of all of these things. So this is Not Prawn. You can click here to start. So we'll start. So this is level 1. So this is it, and like I was thinking, we should play together.
yeah, so
So let me see if I can maximize the thing. How do I full screen? Full screen. Is it F11?
I think you just
Yeah,
zoom.
F11. Yeah. Okay, so the first one is level 1. So usually enter the door. Like, how do you enter the door? And then this is like it doesn't actually give you anything, right? So actually, to enter the door, you just like click on the door and then you enter the door, and that's it. And that's like how things are. I don't know if you're able to hear.
No, not really. But
the
it
background
actually got
sound.
a motor sound.
Yeah,
This
there's a motorcycle sound, but there's nothing really. So you're supposed. So the thing is, you're supposed to enter the doors basically, and I don't know what there's something here, and then so there depending on like the level. I think I went to I think 8 or something. You tend to do like you have to. Like there's a file embedded in the image, for example, and you have to decrypt it and all of these things. So like the more complicated ones. So I'm not sure if you have seen this. There are spoilers. Try all to get to the next screen, no matter what. It's no point and click thing. So sometimes, for example, you'd want to inspect the thing and then see the source code. Let's see.
right.
There's an image. There's a link. You just want to go to the next page, right? So something was in his way, so that's like a clue. I don't know if you can see the screen.
Yeah.
The line center. This is a forum. So I'm not sure. I haven't played this in a long time.
It's there. It's up there. The
But,
link. I don't know. It's there's the link is there. Font P font. No. It's Screen 2 JPEG. It's actually
Where is it?
Screen 2 JPEG.
Where can you put? So how do you?
No, the center. Just now in the inspector.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see there's go to center, the center tag. So
No.
no, not really. Up there, map. Yeah.
Yes. This is the thing on
false.
mouse over.
If you go to false, it's actually false. No, you see, yeah.
So you go to false here.
Yeah.
Like this? No, I don't think
no,
so.
not.
Instead of not, you go false.
No, you just click
No.
the link. You just click the link.
This one? How do I
Yes,
click
correct.
it?
No, I'm actually using the paste source. I use the paste source.
I think you should share a screen and then we can figure it out.
Okay.
We have comments. Wow, there's some low frequency hum. Yeah, there is. There's an MP3 showing this one. I don't know what this is.
Okay. So if you do a view source,
View page source. I see. Okay, so not the
you
inspect element.
click here, you get a number
Oh, interesting. So that's how you do it. You view page source and you click on that.
Yeah.
What's the URL? /false/ I guess you just /false
DBA
without the
another
level
side.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Turn me on.
It's not a point. Yeah, it's not a point or click.
Yeah, you have to look at the page source. So I think there was a point where you have to look at text embedded into the image or like something like that. So it's quite interesting. Can you make your screen a bit larger and then we'll use your screen instead? Like the font larger for your view source.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah. These are hints though.
Oh, not this.
Oh, this is a GIF. This is actually an animated GIF.
Yeah.
How do you? What's the hint? Oh, sorry. What's the? What does it say?
There's some word here.
Yeah, because it's a what do you call this? This is a multi-frame. So I think what you need to do is you open it in a what do you call this? Like, let me see, like a program like screen to GIF. I think I can use this editor. Save image as save. Okay, let me see if I can. Yeah, that works too.
How do I do it?
Split to frames on the bottom. No, go back. Oh yeah, okay.
How do I
There
do
was split to frames. Yeah, split to frames. Stop being so negative. You have so here. I think you need to reverse the color, like what they call this. It's a negative. The negative of it.
Right.
Do you have Photoshop? I don't have Photoshop. Do you have GIMP? No, it's not the reverse, but the reverse color. You know how? Yeah, the color. It's a part of it is there. Yeah, so this is an interesting one. So I don't know, Swimming, if you will enjoy this, but many years ago this was the in thing, and then in the office we were just like wasting time figuring things out.
Yeah, well, puzzle occasionally is my kryptonite.
Mm-hmm.
So not all puzzle, but sometimes. Nowadays, I'm very obsessed with the New York Times puzzle, just because. But that's the easy one. This
Invert.
is the easy one.
No. Does it? No, probably with the stop being so negative frame.
Hey, guess something. Oh, there's a.
Yep, sure.
I don't know. I can't see anything. Cancel that.
Okay, I think let's move on with other things.
Yep, sure. Okay.
While I'm trying it out, let's talk about something else.
Yes.
Okay. Oh no, sorry. Sorry. It's you changed to true. Go back to the turn me on. I just realized to say turn me on is actually false. Yeah, that's the thing.
Nice.
Sorry. I didn't realize it. It's too. Sometimes you overthink things. That it becomes like, oh, it's you have to do the invert. Although there were some solutions that you had to invert. That in this particular one, the GIF, you had to stop it at that particular frame. So yeah,
it's a puzzle. So if you're free, check it out.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have the competition that I didn't do yet.
Yeah, stop procrastinating. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know what I want to do with what I have. I mean, what I have is interesting. I mean, I can train some sound. I can train some. A one to swim around. What next? I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, No, actually,
So
I don't.
the one that we talked about before the show start is actually we don't have actually a major topic today, but we actually sort of came up with a rough thing we're gonna talk about, which is like we are back to had to work at home, like
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a year of on and off, like
Yeah.
sometimes allowed, sometimes not, and then this month is really like, no, you're not allowed to go out at all
Yeah.
except for necessity. So you're not allowed to socialize. Basically, you're not allowed to, eat outside. It's really just the basic necessities.
Yes. And the interesting experience for that is I don't actually have to go to, I only go to office once after 3 months.
How do you guys feel about it? Like
I
I don't know. Go on.
For me, my home workspace is getting more and more beefed up, I guess, because I mean, this is where you work, and so you want it to be comfortable. So that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot more stuff, I guess. Plus, the company provides support. Like it pays half of what you're going to pay for up to a certain amount. So if you're buying, for example, a new laptop, they will pay half of the cost. So it helps support the equipment that will help you for your remote work. So if you, for example, you want like headsets or like webcams or stuff or microphones for meetings.
Yeah. So unfortunately, my table is a mess because it's now my hacking platform as well as my working environment. So it's a bit, yeah, it
what
works,
changed
but
me is that I had to clean up my room because I when I work I need my room to be tidy.
Mm.
If I'm normally like work in the office, like go out in the whenever I'm not, then my room is actually a mess.
yeah,
But because I had to work here, I have to sort of make sure that it's tidy because I when I work I need things to be tidy.
so by comparison, let me see if I can move my camera around. Can you see my table?
Yeah.
Your what? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
mhm.
table. Yeah. By comparison, my table is a style.
I would suggest you get a mini vacuum cleaner. It's mine isn't that actually that nicer. It's just that it's still a lot of wires, but at least it's previously I just put everything like on top of each other's. So at least what I had right now were just less. So,
So the
so
Gundam is literally my colleague. So which is ridiculous.
Let me see if I can share my workspace as well. I need my phone because my camera is
now let
stuck
me.
in the grill.
So mine is this. I gave up having the using two keyboard because the small one is actually the work keyboard. I have a muscle memory to work stuff.
Yeah, that's an interesting deck that you have there. It
Oh,
measures your
yeah,
levels as well.
it just something new to try out. It's just toys.
Yes.
So yeah, actually, speaking of toys, because Swimming has the what do you call this? Has Gundams for toys, and
Yes.
you have Dax, I guess.
I have stacks. Yeah, I think that's the kind of toy. Okay, let's see Tristan.
No,
You
wait,
have
I
to
have
flip.
to. It's still wait. I'll get this working.
You have to
It's
flip
on
it.
the
Yeah,
phone
flip
right
it.
now. Yes,
Yeah.
ultra rotate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Does it
we
work?
can see that Tristan has a green screen.
Yes, it is. I don't know if you only realize it now. How do I change the camera? It's on the wrong camera.
No, it's actually correct now.
No, it's the wrong camera because it's the front-facing camera.
In the cam mic, yeah.
There you go. Okay, so this is how I see things, right? So the camera that I'm looking at right now is this one,
Yeah.
which is why it's stuck at the, what do you call this? It's
The
stuck
window,
in the
grill.
the window. So you'll see that I actually have a like this. This is the microphone that is that you hear me from, and it's running on NVIDIA broadcast, which is why even though I have this noisy fan here, it's actually not that you can't hear any of the things.
Power of AI.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Yeah, so you'll see I have a few of the things here. I have the, what do you call this? A small riser. This is the DAP that I bought because the BTR 3K was not available. I have a few IEMs. What else? I got a new wireless mouse because wires are just before it was like a lot of wires everywhere, so now I have like all of these things. So I have two keyboards. One of them I use when I'm standing, and the other one I'm using when I'm sitting down. So I don't want to move them up and down. And so because right now I'm actually if you see me, I don't know if you, oh no, what happened? It stopped. Okay. If you see this place, this is actually a standing desk setup, right? So I can sit down. So if I put it here, right?
Okay, I'm gonna use the method.
Yeah.
Let's see whether I can
put
join.
this here, I can sit down here, and then you'll see if you see my main video, I'm still what do you call this? Still in the same line, and if I stand up, I'm still in around the same line. So I can like sit down and then stand up. So it's a proper standing desk, and I have like a chair here that where I can actually sit down. And I like this setup because this is actually part of the living room. So I just did the green screen since I don't really want like the rest of the living room. So it's like a small office room.
I'm gonna use the Twister method.
Yes, it's actually quite good. So yeah, so that's small. It's not as messy, I guess, as swimming's, but it's starting to get there.
No, I'm gonna show you mine. Mine is the mine is the cleanest right now.
Yeah, I think yours is the cleanest. I think we need more Gundams.
Let me put that. So this is my desk.
And
not bad. Mic. There's toy.
You have a nice boom mic that you can move around. Mine is very rigid.
I make sure everything it's actually what you call it, suspended. So it's safe on more space and less dust. And yeah, that's about it.
That's it.
Yeah, then there's the piano.
We need to hear you on DevKami playing some piano.
Unfortunately, it's still a pretty much level 1 piano skill right now. So that's about it.
I'm level 0. That's what you know.
How about you, Swimming? Aside from your Gundams, that's it?
Oh, I have my Arduinos with me.
Is it on the same room?
Yeah. You see,
if you can see me, right? I actually, if I'm not using them, I actually put them in the boxes.
Yeah. So the thing is, I was supposed to work on this for the competition, which is why I kind of leave it around. It's bad. Then I was procrastinating because I'm out of idea what I want to do. But the idea is there, which is why I have the N5 stack here, which is why I'm holding it, because I want to use this as the thing, but the microphone is analog, so it's a bit hard. It's very hard to do. So I have like 3 things that I'm hacking along the way. Then my actual Arduino, which I want to use for the competition. So yeah, that's the thing. I am hacking a lot of stuff. So that's why my desk is literally a sty, right?
Well,
So it's like
I
a
guess
big
you just
trend.
have a lot of things happening at the same time. For me,
Yes.
the electronics project I stopped for a bit, so I just put them all in boxes.
Yeah,
And the
I
thing is,
partition
once
them
you
by
start,
boxes.
yeah, once you start putting them in boxes, you forget about them. That's the thing.
Oh, not really.
Which is, I don't know.
Uh,
I forget about them, and then I
uh,
realize, oh, I actually have this after I just go through the boxes.
Yeah.
I'm actually playing this game with Kage recently. Let me show you the
Well,
screenshots.
hi.
Yeah, Valheim, and I'm actually the one that enforced putting everything in boxes. Let me see
Mm.
whether I can. Let me let me see whether I can show. So this is the Discord that we have. So you can you see the box? Can you see them?
Yeah, there are
Yeah.
boxes on the walls,
No.
right? Boxes on the walls.
Yeah. So no. So you see. Uh, can I? So no. You see boxes. I label them as woods.
Yeah. Ah.
Even when I play games, I put them into boxes.
Mm.
So yep.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, I
my
probably
life
should
is like
inventory my stuff because I put them in boxes and I have no idea where they are until I go through all of the boxes and then like okay, maybe it's either I don't use
Yeah.
them anymore or I buy a new one and then now I have two of them. And so that's the
Yeah.
problem.
I do have as buy as little as things
Yeah.
that I didn't use. So but let me get in game. I'm gonna show you.
Hmm. What's
It's
this game? What's the name of the
Valheim.
game?
Valheim.
Valheim.
Yeah.
Mm. I heard that Ragnarok X is coming up tomorrow, I think.
It's actually like it's more like it's I don't know how to categorize this game as it's some resource gathering, then then you can
It's the
most of the
traditional
time
MMO lah.
Mm.
it's not
Like
MMO
Ultima
actually.
style? No, not Ultima
No,
style.
it's MMO. It's actually just that we can host our server. And we
Yeah,
have
that's the
one of our
big
friends
difference
that
lah.
hosts the server. So I can show
So it's
you.
like Minecraft, but
I can show you a game. Since today is you see that like I have boxes. Okay, I want to show you my obsession with boxes.
mhm.
So you see,
Yeah, so,
have everything in boxes. Like then I enforce, like I basically force everyone to follow my standard. Like
But so you can get stuff from inside the
yeah,
box,
so
right?
everything. Yeah,
Oh, they are inventory boxes. Okay.
yeah, inventory boxes. So if let's say we came back from an adventure, like I need them to put things into the boxes.
Mm.
It's
This
still
should
a
be
lot.
like
like Marie
a
Kondo.
this should be like a rotating chore. Like for every like people
So
can just
indeed.
like put things
So
on the ground and someone just
yeah, you
arranges
see the
them.
card, right? So what happened is they're gonna just take this and take whatever
Yeah.
rubbish they have, put it here. So if I log into the server, right, I'll clean it up.
Mm.
So let me stop.
So you're Marie Kondo of the Valheim.
Yeah,
And
as a Viking.
Yeah. I can totally imagine Marie Kondo with a Viking head.
It's not that it's I'm still finding ways to get rid of more boxes, lah. So
Yeah.
I mean, even the real one, you can see like I gradually had accumulated more boxes, like if you can see like more boxes around.
Yes.
So I need to reduce them.
I mean, I
So-
had too much toys, but then it's all my little things.
So that is the span of my room. Like it's literally empty. This is where I sleep and have my activity at. So my bed is here.
Yeah.
So
It's
when
the
I say
same
like
with me, my bed.
so this I mean people thought that this is my another room. Oh no, this is my main room.
Yes. So my bed is here. My
Also, it's
boxes
directly
is
on
here.
your bedroom.
Yeah. My book is there. Then
I cannot show you my books. That's where my wardrobe is, but my wardrobe is a mess.
Yes. So yeah, my life is a mess, unfortunately.
Nah, not really.
It's my own
Just-
fault.
I'm actually not a really a neat person. It's just that when I work, I get OCD. Like before I start work, I need to do a cleanup. But if I'm not working at home, the room can be a mess.
Yeah,
So
I know.
it's just that when work is involved, I need it to be neat.
Yeah, this is one reason why I want my separate.
But
working space.
one of the thing is gonna be, since we are way off topic, is the thing that really help out is that we need to understand the reality, which is like for me, I'm lazy, but I want things to be clean. So one thing I did was to not, as much as possible, try to not have as many things on the desk.
Yeah.
So, and I also bought a really cute small handheld vacuum where I can do a vacuum every day.
Okay.
So because we just understand that, I mean, try to make it like even some of our website and some of the things that we do is that try to we know that if it's hard to do, we're gonna stop doing it. So make it easy for us.
Yeah, I mean you're right. I mean you're
And especially all these junk electronics, right, are very cheap, like less than 100 ringgit for something that can suck and start from your desk.
Yes, I know. So yeah, I need to actually do more. Interesting.
The boxes thing is just because I have people to consume, to throw some of my stuff to. Just that consider some of them as sunk cost. If I'm not using it, it will be the value is gone anyway. So might as well give it out to people that might be benefit, but might get benefit.
Yes. That's
same goes with books. There's no issue. There's no, if lending basically means that it might be gone forever.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't buy physical book as much as possible unless I really need it. And, so
let's go back to like working at home thing. Like
yeah.
What do you guys think? Like of
economically,
after a year of being forcibly work at home.
I mean, I like it economically. I save a lot of money because as it turns out, transport is a big chunk of cost.
Yeah, there's a lot of time saved as well.
Yes. So that's how I managed to pay for some of the more urgent thing I need pretty easily. So because I literally save money from transport. A bus ride and all that, bus ride plus train ride to my place is almost 20 ringgit back and forth. It's reasonably cheap, but also take time. So I actually have extra time to do some extra stuff that I need, like exercise. So my exercise bike is not a waste of money as a result, because I don't have to wake up at 5 and come home by 9. Right. So if I reach home at 9, I really have no motivation to actually do my exercises and all that. Because are
you doing exercises now? Are you exercising now? Are you exercising now?
Yes.
You'll see. He's actually like doing sit-ups right now, but you just don't see it because it's below the web.
I mean, not exactly now, but I managed. I don't need to wake up like at 4 or something to do my bicycle ride or whatever. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, I have to wake up like at 5 to prepare. It's driving nuts a little.
I think that's the biggest, really the biggest advantage. What's happening right now is that you got a lot more time for yourself, but that's also the disadvantage, right? Like there's too much time for yourself and not a lot of time.
True.
Not really for me.
Not actually true, because as it turns out, I have a lot of time for myself, but I have plans, right? I have plans of what I want to do.
The one that I want to say is that I thought I'm an introvert, but apparently I miss going out. I like human interaction.
Being introvert means you like human interaction occasionally.
For certain purposes, lah.
Yeah.
I remember the one that it says that one of the remarks that somebody gave me was that it just doesn't mean that I like fooling around, but
Yes.
introvert doesn't mean that we don't like dealing interacting with people, like-minded people especially.
Yes. So being introvert what really means by being introvert is that we are selective of people. So in my case, I go out but I don't talk to people. I go to the bird park. I'm more likely to talk to the bird than the people. You understand that, right? So well, maybe I don't literally talk to people, but I will interact with, let's say, the birds or the camera, then the people. That's the thing, right? It's about agency as well. So now you actually have the agency to do things. So, for example, 9 to 5, okay, 9 to 6, more realistic in Malaysia. 9 to 6, Monday to Friday, that's work time. Then after 6, you can decide what the hell you want to do. For me, it means that I'm very likely not going out if it's 6 because it's just very hard for me to go out of KL anyway. Get out of Selayang anyway. That it will be another I don't know, 20 ringgit, 15 ringgit, 20 ringgit, 15 ringgit lah, 15 ringgit to go down to KL just to go to the tech meetup from Selayang. So, but it's a Saturday that is interesting because Saturday I don't have a choice to do things. So Saturday I would have a choice to either go to a bird park or go to the zoo or whatever.
Yeah, we actually go out a lot, right? Then we actually value these kind of outdoor activities.
Correct. So it's the Saturday that I don't have a choice anymore. For those live closer to KL, there's another thing.
Yeah, speaking of bird park, I wonder what happened now with the bird park. Like, is it like a jungle now there because nobody's visiting? Like, are there more birds now because there's not a lot of activity?
Not true because the aviary is closed. It's an open aviary, but it's
enclosed.
It's not open air. It's enclosed. So depends actually because certain animals not used to not seeing people around, so they may not breed actually.
I think we are the kind of animals.
So,
but they say that when people stop visiting, then there's a lot more breeding activity happening, right? Because there's less.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because those birds in the KL Bird Park are not enclosed, so they're more likely to do whatever they need. But there is attendant, so there is area that people check. The only problem in practice is financial because the Malaysian government do not necessarily fund this thing. These are primarily funded by the National Zoo are not funded by the government directly. They're more likely to be it's a private foundation. A bird park may not be that. I don't believe that's the case. So as a result, people need to contribute the money either way, which is actually a real problem. But then the thing is, here's the ironic part. People will consider all the thing like taking photo with a parrot to be very expensive, and it is very expensive. But I suspect that after the pandemic over, we are more open. People will go there and take photo with it, and they will be distressed because too many people take photo with the parrot.
But so, is it supposed to be expensive?
It's 20, 30 ringgit just to take photo with the bird so they can keep the photo.
I think also because these kind of parks are not funded, right, by the government.
Correct. They are very likely to be funded by private foundation. They are primarily a foundation, meaning they need people to actually fund the money. So
they need visitors to sustain.
Now I have birds. Taking picture of birds. Yeah.
But so
No, I'm thinking about like whether to get a green. I have a bait a bunk bed. So I'm not sure if I should actually get a green cloth and hang it there. So and then point my webcam there, so I get a green screen sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know. Me, I just had so seriously. On the other hand, I don't go out more. On the other hand, it really save a lot of money. To be honest,
Yep.
it's a money saver because think
Definitely,
about it.
we cannot even eat out.
Yes.
So you
let's say
can
20 ringgit.
get for delivery. So every day is
But
McDonald's
it's
delivery.
different. Like because I like weekend, I normally travel. I go to KL, walk around, and like go discover some restaurant or something like that.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, not really
let's do some-
restaurant, like, but more like those old kopitiam or whatever places that, because I'm not local as well, so
Yeah.
it's just discovering the local stuff.
So let's do some maths lah. So for me, it's like 20, 30 ringgit back and forth from KL.
Stop showing off, Mr. Stop showing-
So let's count it 30 ringgit. 30 ringgit times 20 days. We work for 4 weeks, 5 days, 20 days. So 30 times 5 times 4, 20 is almost 600 ringgit. 600 ringgit is saved. Then I don't eat out. My mom cook and I already give the grocery money. A bit extra this month, but so I don't actually pay for. And I eat expensive, so 10 ringgit for lunch, right? So that's another 10 ringgit times another 20. That's 200 ringgit for food. I already saved. That's almost 1,000 ringgit that I don't have to spend. Then I can't go out to KL. When I go KL, then I would eat like burgers and all that. That's 30 ringgit plus movie. That's almost 200 ringgit a week, 1 weekend, right? 200 ringgit a weekend minus shopping. So that's a lot of money saved up just by not able to go out. So yes, it's awesome for me in so many ways. So yeah, and I think the company is really trying to go. They're going to keep office. They're going to keep the office, but I don't think they're going to expand the office. As in, they're going to do a lot of hiring. So Super Hands is doing a lot of hiring right now. So that's where I work. But they're not going to expand the office. I don't think so. Because more people are working from home. So the office is just there so that we have to do meeting. We just go there, no? So that's the reality right now. That's the reality right now. But unfortunately, I also know enough traditional Malaysian company. So some of my friends are working at those, and they prefer people to go to the office for no good reason, actually.
Well, what do you mean by no good reason? Like they just want to socialize in the office? Because that's
No,
exactly
it's
why
the
we have a
bosses.
lockdown. Or the bosses want to meet people.
Not my bosses,
Yeah,
but some
like, for
traditional
example,
company.
Like accounting people, I would understand because the records you can't really just bring them home, right? Like if they need to do accounting, they have to go to the office to do the accounting records in the office.
But
Or
those
like
things are
maybe HR
encrypted.
personnel. So those I can understand. But for people who can do their work online or remotely, I don't think they should be in the office.
There's actually in the company, we actually if it's open, we can work in office. But the main reason is that we have a lot of young single men who actually from not out of state, and their what you call it, their home or room condition are not so ideal for our case. So like even right now, we still have some people who request to go to office because of that. So, but we are going by booking basis lah. They have to inform the management. Then we decide when they can go in. They really want to go in because it's more productive in the office for them.
Which reminds me when I first got to Malaysia like a decade ago. It's like that. So basically, it's not a room. It's like a box. It's like a few.
So
you can fit a bed and that's it. So it's just better to just go to the office.
It happened to a lot of our colleagues. So they actually been wanting to go to the office because of that. Also, even if you give them internet access, also like it doesn't guarantee their experience working at home.
Yes.
So that it's something that often I think it's a good eye opener also, like to bust our comfort bubble for assuming that people generally like to work from home. But we are surprised also, like the first thing that some of the colleagues they worried were, can we come to the office? Like that's one of the first thing they asked.
Yeah. I guess it really depends on what equipment you have at home and how your environment is, right?
Especially when they are from out of state, and same thing happened to me back like around 10 years ago as well, when I was new in town. Like basically we just got a box as a room.
Mm-hmm.
And then like basically for a weekend, the reason why I went out, and also like why we went to coffee shop to do work, is not because it's heap to do it. It's just that the room is depressing. Depressing.
Yes. So when actually I wonder what happened to Visitor Day is not too long ago. There's a design for a house that is room size. So you get a room, then inside you can put all your stuff. Because one assumption is you do not do stuff in the home. Stuff you can do in your home can be done in the public space nowadays. Those days before Corona. So and it's as recent as 2018 BC, before Corona. So yeah, I wonder what happened to those design now. Because first thing that people
I would still be interested. I would still be interested, as in it's actually more efficient when we have our room, then we have a shared facility.
Yeah.
It's just that people need to have the discipline to maintain them.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why people have been. That's why criticism. So one of the.
I'm surprised also by how much that this thing affected us, even though it's a year plus only. Because like these days, if I look at if I watch some old videos like where people interacting freely in outside, right? I'm gonna like the first thing I'm asked, why isn't he wearing his mask?
Yeah,
it's so like also like it's so rude to like you buy the food and eat it on the spot as well. Like that's not something we do nowadays.
I begin to label this year before Corona.
Yeah, we got conditioned, reconditioned.
Yes.
We have a new social condition now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So either way, that's today. We're going very random today. I hope to have some update for the competition because it's almost the end of the month, and I need to submit something before that. I think I may end up doing something scrappy and just submit it and call it done, which is actually horrible. Let's see. I don't have a strong plan. So, yeah, Nicholas will come up and talk to us. I need to find someone. So either way, shall we say goodbye or we should go back?
Yeah, we need to wrap up. It's time passed fast today as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm surprised. It's so easy to pass today.
Yes. So with that said,
Bye. See you next week.
See you guys next week.